Once again, I'm not doing any of this properly by going live at the same time every day, which I never do. I just go live when I feel like it. But I want to talk about value. Nobody's here yet, so I'll wait a second. But most people view this on the re-upload anyways. We just had Easter or Passover. Well, so it's an aspect of Passover and the Resurrection Day, and I think people really need to put value and place value upon themselves, because if people really would sit back and go, wow, oh, there's the Umbrella Corporation. Isn't that satanic one that the guy had the Umbrella Corporation on the side of his van? It's probably a ploy to some video game. Anyways, Christ just rose from the dead 2,000 plus years ago, right? And he did all that because he placed value in you. And I think one of the worst things that we have done as a society is try to diminish the value of people, or diminish our own value. Or if somebody, like me, I get crap all the time because people think, oh, you just think you're worth so much. Well, I place value upon myself. It's not a bad thing. Obviously, God put value in me and you because he sent his son to die for you. So, I mean, can you measure that? Can you weigh that in gold? How do you measure that value? So, the thing is that the more value you place upon yourself, not in an arrogant way or conceited way or whatever kind of way, but just a value upon yourself. The more you do that, more you place value upon other people, because you treat them as you would like to be treated. Another biblical little sharing that Christ said, treat others as you'd like to be treated. Do unto others as you'd like them to do to you, right? So if you place value upon yourself, you're going to place value upon other people. It's very simple. I mean, the gospel is so simple. God is so simple. He's not complicated. People like to make him complicated because they want to control people. So therefore, they try to make things so complicated. Oh, it's going to take, you got to do that. Oh, you got to, and so people, it's like they're faking their value, which our value as human beings compared to God's value is, come on, there's no measurement, because it's nothing, right? But if we place value upon ourselves within our realm of human beings, and we see other human beings as we see ourselves with value, then everybody's treated kind of cool. No one's being an a-hole to people, right? So I know I've been talking past couple days about I went and looked at a job, and this guy is anyways, I didn't get the job because I could have gotten the job, but the guy pissed me off, so I told him to kiss off. So because it was a past rental, because he had a damaged deposit, because of all this, I did an itemized bid, which I normally don't do. I don't separate, this is how much this costs, this is how much this costs. Because I just give a bid. And I go, it's going to cost, let's say, $12,000, $15,000, or whatever the price is. For him, it was about $12,000. I said, and then I'll state everything that I'm doing and what I'm not doing. But on this one, I just itemized it because I was trying to be nice, because the guy's a referral from a guy I've known for 35 years. So I said, okay, I'll itemize it for you. If you're going to give it to an insurance company or something like that, I'll itemize it for you. So he didn't like my cost for paint. So then he says to me, I think your cost for paint is too high. I said, well, it's 1,700 square foot, 2-story condo. It's not a low-end piece of crap condo. It's somewhat of a, middle of the road. So paint costs about $800 because it takes about 20 gallons to do the whole thing. You got some aspects of the house, everything has 9-foot ceilings, and then you have the stairway, which is a 20-some foot, area that you have to paint in. It's walls and ceilings. I said, I'm giving you a deal at $6,500 or whatever it was. He didn't like that. He said, oh, I know somebody who can do it for $4. And then he goes, but do you still want to do this? You still want to do that? I said, no. I said, it's either everything or nothing. I said, because my whole everything bid was actually $50 a gallon. That's what it is. And then if you're getting really quality stuff, you're at about 55, pushing 60. So anyways, but the interesting thing is that he wanted me to do the baseboards. I said, well, the baseboards go along with the painting. When I'm usually putting it in baseboards and spraying painting, I'm doing that in conjunction with stuff. There's certain ways you do things. You do A, B, and C, and D. That's how I do it. I don't go all over the place because I have a system. And that way I knock things out quick, right? I can knock out a whole house, putting in floors, painting, doing a lot of things in like 5-6 days, and so because I have a way and a method that I do it. So if I have somebody else in the mix, it messes up everything. It messes up my mojo, and I just don't go if I don't have the mojo. So the guy goes, oh, can you still do the floors? I said, nope. And he goes, well, can you give me the number for your carpet guy? I said, oh, no, that ain't going to happen either. I said, good luck. I said, what I gave you a bid for $12,000 for, which should have been 15 with the carpet and everything. Plus it's 10% interest, right? It's 10% tax, not interest. Tax. So that's another $1,500 people don't realize. Oh, that's too much. That's $16,500. Well, $1,500 of that is taxes, dude. I can't do nothing about it. Well, am I supposed to eat that? It doesn't work that way. Yeah. Why don't you go and buy a car and tell them that with the taxes and licensing and all that kind of crap? Anyways. So I just told him to kiss off. But the interesting thing about this guy is I used to work at Boeing. I started at Boeing in 1989. I was 19 years old. He started at Boeing in 1989. He's older than me, so he started in his 20s. And then he told me, oh, I'm going to get into AOG. I said, I was in AOG when I was 20. Oh, really? I'm like, the guy makes, if I was still working at Boeing, I'd be doing $10,000 a month. So it's like, you're complaining that to sell your house, you're going to have to spend, $15,000, $16,000 to probably make 20-some thousand in return off this stuff. And you're making $10,000 plus a month. I don't get it. So basically, like I started my video out, which is about value. It's about God put enough value on us to give up his son to die on the cross. That's hardcore value. That's somebody looking at people, even though he's wanted to kill us, he's wanted to flood us out, he's wanted to destroy us, he's wanted to do a lot of things because we're a piece of shit compared to like other people that worship other gods. People treat God with so much disrespect. It's amazing. He just doesn't stamp us out. But he loves us so much he understands us so much. He puts a value on us that's so high that he says, I'm going to send my son to die for you. Okay, we'll be fine, right? But so many people, it's like the guy that the realtor guy, he came over and picked up the keys because I just told him, I said, tell your guy to F off. I ain't doing nothing for him. I said, I don't have to. I have a value on my labor, you know. I don't work for freaking $20 an hour. I have my own company, for crying out loud. Why don't you call a plumber and say, hey, Joe Plumber butt crack, I think your $150 call fee is too high. I mean, how much do you make an hour? It's like, it doesn't work that way. It's like an auto mechanic, you know. They're $100+ an hour. But are they paying the mechanic that? No. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The thing is that I tried to explain to my buddy, I said, look, I place a value upon my work and myself and what I do, and I guarantee everything. And I said the last guy that did this to me, his wife died. They were one of the first cases of supposed cases of corona death in Washington State. It's the same thing. I went and bid a job for a paint job. They thought it was too high. Then they go and paint. Then she ends up dying. You know, and then he ends up calling me back saying, hey, can you finish this house for me? It's like, yeah, but it's still the same price. Now, with with what I do, I'm just a one-man show. I'm just a small thing, you know. I don't have set rates. I have what I feel God tells me to give somebody. So if I feel like this person is in need, if I feel this person's a good person, right, then I might give them a better deal. I might even do it for nothing, which I usually don't because I got to buy stuff. So I'm not a charity, but still my labor is the charity sometimes, right? So, you know, instead of charging somebody something, I might go, hey, you know, I'll just do this, you know. And I'll just say, you know, praise God. There you go. And so that's how I run my company. I mean, I don't work for anybody, so I can do whatever I want to, right? I can charge whatever I want to within reason. But I'm just telling you this, the reason why, and once again, I was in Home Depot and only one guy didn't have a mask on out of a filled parking lot full of people. Most of them in the morning are all contractors or, you know, people that are, you know, of that ilk. And they all a bunch of burly dudes, you know, thinking that they're tough. They all got their stupid little freaking mask on, except one guy. And the reason why people put on the mask is because they have no value in themselves. They have not said to themselves or even anything that I have value. That's right. I used to put in front of my videos that guy that would say, I want you to get up and scream out the window. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. He was said that too. My life has value. We have value. I say to people, Christ died on the cross because he knew that I had value. Now, if you don't want to see the value in me, piss off. You have no value. You've set your bar of value. You don't have anything. But I'm not going to live that way. I'm not going to live the way that you think that I should just run around like a stupid slave. Because that's how people view everybody. You don't mean nothing. You have no value. And if everybody would rise up and it's just, you know, I look out on the world, a bunch of sad people that have given up because they just given up. They don't know what to do. And then you have all these people, it's just a crazy world. It's a crazy world. I know there's not much people can do about in regards to changing things in the system. I get it. But if everybody would open up their eyes and see the value that God placed upon them, and be true men and women of God, joined, right, as a group, and just start looking everybody in the eye and just saying, no, no, it ain't gonna happen. It's like that some guy that was kicking people out of his church, kind of went viral video. I thought that was great. He just yelled at him, said leave. You know, and then it's funny, the cops are just sitting there. Oh. I mean, if it was a normal person, the cops would have been arresting that person and hauling him off to jail because he didn't get off the property, right? They'd have got him on trespassing law, crap like that. That's what they do. If you don't have a mask on, you go into a business. Some stupid people call them. That's that's another story. Anyways, so what these companies try to do is, if you don't wear the mask in their business and you don't leave, or you say one little thing, then they get you on trespass laws. So they try to utilize some interesting things. What is it? Okay, let me read Zoe here what you're saying. Yeah. Didn't you send me a video of the guy in the doing the ring dance or something like that? The native ring dance. Yeah. You know, here's something I'm going to say about that. It's very interesting. I think it's cool. But the interesting thing about the concept of a circle is that if you see the dance, it's very interesting. If you see the dance, it kind of chains him up. So it's an aspect of knowing how to free yourself from the bounds and the constrictions of the aspect of a circle. But I think I've done a lot of videos on that before, but yeah. Well, if you, I got something to tell your tribe. All the Native Americans right now have so much power that they don't even comprehend the power that they have. I think half of them. I guess they do, but then they get to the point where they've been beaten down and they don't want to do anything. But there's many that aren't beaten down. The younger generation coming up, they ain't taking it. But there's that they have there's so much freedom there that I don't even think they realize. But maybe I should pull my I'm a Native American Trump card. Well, my grandma was half what was she, Choctaw. Yeah. My grandma on my mom's side was 50% Choctaw. So I don't know what that would make me. My grandma was 50%, and my mom would be a quarter, I guess. Then I'd be what, an eighth? I don't know how that works. I know on my dad's side that there's some, because he had Booths and Sullivans, and actually the Cogshell name, if you look up Cogshell, yeah, Elizabeth Warren. But if you look up Cogshell, it's very interesting. There's not too many of us out there, and then there's some I think they're Navajo in Arizona that make these blankets, and their last name is Cogshell. And I keep trying to, I tried to contact one of the girls and said, where the heck did you get that last name? Because that last name was a mistake. And so something's going on. So I'm going to go try to find that person when I head back to Arkansas here in a week or so. Which I'm going to be heading out. I'm not doing that other remodel. I'm almost done with this kitchen. Well, matter of fact, I'll be done today. I'm going to sell my Mercedes. I got somebody that wants to come up and buy that. Oh, okay. My sister works for the, she's a dentist at the tribes up here in Washington. Tulalip tribe. Anyways. Cogshell? Who the hell knows, dude? First of all, my last name is spelled Shell, but there is a town or a place in northwest, it's northwest of London called Cogshell Annex. It's in London. But some people say it's Welsh, but I think we're just a lost tribe. I don't think anybody knows. My dad's side had Booths and Sullivans, but there's aspects of adoptions and then I think changing of names. Who knows? I might be a Jew. Let's see. My nose. No. Of course, my son, he says I'm a Jew because I'm so cheap. Anyways, but I have value on people. I don't have value on money. There's tribes all over Washington. My mom's actually, she's adopted into a tribe out of, I think out of Tlingit tribe or something like that. Or maybe it's another one. I can't remember. Anyways, she worked for the Salvation Army out of Angoon, Alaska. So everybody there was a tribal member in Angoon, Alaska. Look that up. Angoon, Alaska. It's a little bitty, it's kind of like an island. Yeah. Yeah, Washington has some really cool native stuff going on. I've always thought that the certain aspects of the Indians were of the lost tribe of Israel, to be honest with you. They're one of the offsprings. Because there's a place in New Mexico. It's on a hill. I might even go visit there on my way back. That actually has the Ten Commandments written in Hebrew and very ancient. And then a lot of Indians, Navajo and Choctaw and all the different many of them talk about meeting angels, and they have the UFOs and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot more to Native Americans. I think that's why the Europeans, which you got to understand, there's Cain and Abel, right? It's wheat and the tare. So you take the white man, just saying, and you understand that there's a wheat and the tare in that white man. So the white man that came over originally, the Plymouth Rock Pilgrims, they were good people. They were the Abels, right? And then along with them, is how they always do, another one comes in, he's a Cain. And it was the Cains who created the issues with the Native Americans that were here in the United States at that time. And they tried to dominate and lie, and those are the ones that did the twisted deals, and because they're liars. They're their father, the devil. They're not of the children of God. They haven't given themselves over to Christ. They haven't been baptized, been born again. So therefore, they're of the world. Their mindset is of the world and who is the god of this world, Satan. That's why when they come into the mix in anything, they destroy, and they became lawyers. You see a lot of them that are lawyers. A lot of them are in the banking industry. A lot of them buy companies. They never create them. I can tell you, when you go into their home, they can't grow anything. The only time you'll ever see a Canaanite have a lush field is when somebody else is farming it. That's why a lot of these people love the immigrants. They love the use of Mexicans, because the Mexicans, I'm just using them as because of our southern border, but they can grow. They are growers. I mean, they are also an aspect of the tribe, some lost tribes and stuff of that of Israel. So because they're growers. But there's that one tribe, the Cain tribe. They can't grow shit. They don't do nothing. So they want other people to come in and grow. They want other people to come in and harvest. And they just want to count the money. See, there's a lot of things within the Bible, if you really look at it. Who sold off Joseph for 20 pieces of silver? Who sold off Jesus for 30 pieces of silver? It's all about the money, the tax collecting. Who's the one that? Who are the ones that kept the logs of people? Those were always the remnants of the Canaanites. And the remnants of the Canaanites, and another aspect, was the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah intermixed, as so did the Ishmael. Well, not Ishmael, excuse me, but Jacob and Esau. Esau mixed with a Canaanite, right? Anyways, it's hard to have certain aspects of knowledge and wisdom and then still have to live in this world. So that's why I don't get so caught up in stuff. I made a kind of a smart ass comment to that Jonathan Kleck guy, because I don't know why why I'm still subbed to that idiot. But the guy's always going on about the satanic cult world. And it's like, I could see doing a few videos and talking about these subjects, but if that's your wake up on who you are, I mean, is that really giving glory to God? Or it seems like 99% of your focus is on Satan's work, and you might go praise Jesus. I mean, you're not saying, you're not even giving anything. You just, anyways, whatever. All I'm telling all of you, put as much value on yourself as God did, to give his son, for him to die on the cross for your worthless ass and my worthless ass, and say, thank you. Thank you for seeing value in me, God. Thank you for allowing the sun to come up, God. Thank you for giving me food, God. Thank you for seeing value in me at this stage, even though I'm in this world, and this world is filled with the virus, which was created by Satan, So it's like, if we would just do that as a whole, as a community of believers, and just say to God, thank you for placing value in me, because he did place a lot of value in you, or this would be done. He could turn off the sun right now. This is right up here. It could be shut off right now. We'd be dead in 2 seconds, if that. Be dead instantly. But God has enough and sees value in us that he just keeps us going. There's some that are a little freer than others, but if you place the same value upon yourself as God places upon you, you'd be a free soul. You'd be a free person. You wouldn't be masked up. You wouldn't be living in fear. You wouldn't be worried about what your neighbor's doing. You wouldn't even have to worry about the 10 Commandments, because you'd be living them. You're not going to steal because you have value. I have value in my stuff. He has value in his stuff. I'm not going to take his stuff. You know, it's so simple. It's that I have value in my children. They have value in me as a parent. So they're going to listen. We're going to communicate. It's so simple, yet it tries to be so complex and purposely done so people can come in and deceive or make it as if there's something more than they are, which they're really nothing. Anyways, that's it. Malachi signing out. Hug your kids, call your parents, go see your neighbor, repent and be baptized. And you know, I might be heading out here end of the week or next week. I don't know. So I'll be heading across the United States. I don't have a time frame, so I want to be in California on my daughter's birthday, or at least around that time. So that's really it. And that's the 21st. So the 22nd. I don't know. I always get that mixed up. You're a bad person. You can't even remember your daughter's birthday. Yeah, I can. I say happy birthday all the month of April. So I'm good to go. Anyways, and that's an inside joke with me and my daughter, just by the way. So, because my sister's is the very next day. Anyways, hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent, be baptized, and know that you have value more than you realize. Not all the Bitcoins in the world could come close. Not all the gold in the world can come close. Not all the silver in the world could come close to the value that you have and the value that God sees in you. All right? See y'all later. Goodbye.